Dip Heights on top next night possession. Stanford, the handoff, and he is gone. A whole lot of green and a whole lot of glory. 70-plus yards to the end zone. 21-0 Heights, but don't call it a comeback, Matt. Here come the Wildcats. Michael Harrison, pilot, finds Michael Hextall right down the middle for a Wildcat first down. Then does it again, lobbing it up back corner. Devon Williams. That's a catch on Sundays. They go for 21-8 right before half. And then Pilot will call his own number. And ladies and gentlemen, that is one good touchdown. Are there any other touchdowns? 21-15 at the half. This one, a thriller in Temple in the fourth. Temple up by just a field goal in this one. We love front row seats. You know who's had one all night?
Nikki.
Our very own Nikki Latarulo. Nikki, someone cut the brakes on this one.
Curtis, you said they were up by a field goal, but actually not the case anymore. Just a little while ago, right before the show started, Harker Heights fumbled the ball, and Terrion York from Temple picked it up, ran it all the way into the end zone. Right now, it's 44-34 Temple. Harker Heights just fumbled again on the kickoff. Temple recovered it, so there is 47 seconds left in this game. And it looks like the winner is going to be Temple, but really, we're not sure, because in this game, anything keeps happening. Harker Heights has fumbled the ball 4 times. And Temple has turned that into 3 touchdowns. So 30 seconds left. And the next time you guys see me, well, it looks like the game is over. They're running the clock out. So final score, 44-34 Temple. Next time you come out with me, I will have Scott, Coach Stewart, and the Wildcats to celebrate.
2 years in a row, Harker Heights facing Temple jumps out to a 21-0 lead, and Temple comes out with the win. And in the driver's seat in District 12-6A, Nikki, we'll check in with you here in just a bit. Another team aiming for a 2-0 start to District 12-6A play tonight, the Belton Tigers.
Yeah, Belton upended Copperas Cove last week, and now the Tigers are looking to take another step toward the playoffs.
The Belton Tigers hosting the Bryant Vikings at Tiger Field for homecoming tonight.
Yes, it was. And in the third, tied at 7, Belton. Slade LeBlanc fakes it, runs it into the end zone. How you doing? Kick is good, too. It would be 14-7. Bryan trying to get some momentum, but quickly taken down by that Tiger defense. Next play, Bryan's Jacob Baton keeps the ball for a short gain. That's what was happening in this game, and it led them to overtime where Belton gets the 21-14 win.
After last night's weather fiasco, Shoemaker resuming its homecoming game against Copperas Cove tonight in Cove. Third quarter, Dogs down 7 with the ball at the 1. Braden Brooks Smith gets the handoff, but it's punched out, and the Grey Wolves are all over it for a touchback. Ensuing drive, Antonio Butler, 31-yard field goal. Yeah, it's good. I know I did a terrible job of showing you that it's good, but it went through. After a Bulldog fumble, Jamarius Stewart from the 1 on the first play of the fourth. 38-21 Grey Wolves. Ensuing Cove drive. Malcolm Roberts from 25 sheds a tackler, turns on the afterburners, high steps in, 38-28 Wolves. Then Stewart, the handoff, bounces to the outside. We got a flag for holding, but it doesn't matter because it's punched out. And look who's there. It is Chandler Gastello from Copperas Cove. He returns it across the 50, deep into Shoemaker territory. And the Dogs are barking. 2 plays later, Shane Ritchie on the option, keeps it. He's going for the corner. He's got it. The Dogs are within 3. Ensuing Grey Wolf drive. Jared Hicks gets the handoff from 25 out, breaks 1 tackle, sheds another, gets to the sideline. He gone. Touchdown, Grey Wolves. Shoemaker scores 20 unanswered to finish it off. 58-35 over Copperas Cove.
You would not have thought that game was like that by the score. Ellison hosting QUILLIN tonight at Club Buck. The Ellison Eagles hosting the Kangaroos next week for Military Night. Scoreless so far in the first quarter. QUILLIN's Ahmed Bailey passes to Devontae Johnson. Short gain there. Then Kangaroos not able to capitalize. Ellison's Kassan Sims passes right to Bobby Williams, who quickly goes down, but it's a holding call. Bring that one back. Later, QUILLIN trying to redeem themselves, but Ahmad Bailey keeps it too long, fumbles the ball. Ellison gains possession at the end of a scoreless first quarter. See if we got the score, 20-20 in the fourth. That one's close. What a great game.
What a great night of football. We've got plenty more Friday Night Lights ahead.
Up next, Class 3A.
set the scene for you this week. Biggest opponent in the state, and for us here in Central Texas, the open week.
19 area 11-man programs are on a bye this week, including every big school in McLennan County.
Yeah, the largest school in McLennan County not on a bye this week by student body size, Matthew, the West Trojans.
The West Trojans. And us. We didn't take a bye either. But West beat up on Live Oak Cliff last week, looking to move to 6-0 tonight.
And a win would put the Trojans in the driver's seat 4 weeks from a showdown against Grandview.
All right, let's get to it. After a turnover, handoff to TJ McCutcheon, second quarter here. Great burst out of the backfield, and then he hits a brick wall. But that's not going to stop him all the way into the end zone. Touchdown Trojans, 25-12 West at this point in the second. One of the best atmospheres I've seen in Texas so far.
Yeah.
Next, Dallas and Madden possession, major stop from the Trojans. They get the ball back in great field position right before half, and then Zane Minen on third down heads for the gap. Heads for the outside. He's going all the way. That's Coach Woodard's arms right there. He's signaling touchdown, but wait a minute. That's why he's not a referee. He's a coach down at the 1, but the very next play, it would not matter. Calls his own number, finishes the job, and West goes on to roll this thing 60-12. And then elsewhere in District 7, Whitney hosting Dallas A+ Academy. What a weird name. 50-point favorites. That is not a typo. That is not a mispronunciation. 50 points. And just buckle in for this. Dallas A goes for the trick kick here to begin the game.
Interesting.
That goes about as expected.
Thought they were playing A+, not Pulaski.
Yeah, exactly. First play, this is just a clinic on mistackling. Garrett Peacock to Jordan Newton. Doesn't get much, but a moral defeat for Dallas A, because on the very next play, Kyler Crines clears out the aisle like he's in HEB and walks into the end zone. That spread wasn't too far off. Whitney dominated. They win this thing 68-0.
I hope you took the over. District 11 tonight, the 67th Battle for the Bell. And how about that one win, Cameron, all over Rockdale in the 4th. We'll try to get you those highlights coming up in the live stream portion of the show. Lorena off a big win to open district play hosting Troy tonight. Bugs were out. That's a Central Texas tradition. 27-7 when we pick up the action. Troy moving the football in the second. Steve Jackson gets the handoff. He follows the blockers, makes a couple of great cuts before bouncing outside. First down, big gain for the Trojans. Here's the problem with the drive. The Lorena defense made a big play. Baxter Bankston, great pass rush, sack. That puts Troy into 4th and long. Time running out. But despite the pass completion by the Trojans, it's not enough for the first down. The Leopards take over on downs. They just run out the clock, taking a 27-7 lead into the locker room. Lorena, yeah, they pour it on in the second half. 55-14 is the final.
That's the way they do it. All right, Academy looking to bounce back against visiting McGregor tonight. What do you think, heads or tails?
I'm thinking tails.
All right, well, whatever it was, the Bumblebees would get the ball first, and they went right to work. Quarterback Casey Mraz, play action, rolls left. He finds sophomore Luke Tomasic for a huge gain and a first down. They like that one so much. Run it twice. This time from the 22-yard line. A quick dump from Mraz to Scott Brazil. And this one goes in for a quick, easy score. Point after makes it 7-0 Bumblebees. But McGregor answers with a nice drive, a couple of first downs. Quarterback Chad Lorenz calls his own number, big gainer, but the drive would stall. And now the big hit of the night. Bumblebee running back Braden Bartlett. Where's he going? Cuts block, and then he meets Zachary Ainsworth, rumbles the ground. At the end of the game, Academy would get the road win. Final score, 21-13.
Plenty more football ahead. Up next on Friday Night Lights, we'll head back to Wildcat Stadium for our game of the week.
And as we head to break, here's this week's Battle of the Bands winner, the Pride of the Cove from Copperas Cove High School.
Thank you.
Mine's the thing. Mine's the thing. If we was wearing black, I didn't want to wear it today. But no,
I got him. If anyone hears me. Hello, congrats.
Thank you.
Okay, I got coach.
We need a
And
shot
player.
vac in here, dude.
What?
As much as she wants.
New York.
Oh, you're the one that recovered the fumble
ma'am.
and got the touchdown.
Yes,
I was like, who is that? And then he was telling me, he was like pulling it up on the roster. Okay, that's fine. Is it like right now?
That's
Because
a hairball over there.
I got to get coach in here.
Let's not waste any time. Let's go straight to Wildcat Stadium. Nikki Lattarillo is live with the victorious Temple Wildcats tonight. Nikki, big-time district win for the Cats.
I'm right here.
I got him. All right, guys. Well, the Temple Wildcats are our Week 6 Game of the Week champs. They beat Harker Heights in a game that was so crazy. Coach, congratulations. Here's the trophy. You guys come back from 21-0 in the first half. What did you say to your guys about just pushing through?
Well, just you got to keep plugging. I mean, they're a very, very good football team. They're well coached. They got athletes all over the field, obviously, and you just got to keep plugging. And you make some good things happen. I mean, again, we had to make some adjustments to their speed and to some of the schemes that they tweaked on us. And so, you just got to stay the course and keep plugging. And what I love about this team is they don't blink very much, and they do them, and they keep plugging. And they gave themselves a chance to make plays at the end. And that young man on the other side of your shoulder over there, he's as good as I've ever coached, and it's fun to watch him go out there and make plays.
Did you kind of have deja vu last year? You guys were down 21-0. You come back to win. What is it about this team with second half comebacks?
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's who we are. I mean, I would prefer we don't have to do that, but I am in love with them because they will do that. So hopefully we'll break that little method to how we play Harker Heights and anybody else. But I'll take an ugly win over a pretty loss any day of the week.
And your defense forced 3 turnovers in the last, 4 drives of the game. You returned 1 for a touchdown. How strong is your defense?
We're just very strong. We stick together, man. We got a great relationship going on. We all trust each other, and things happen, but we just kept fighting. We never blinked, and we just stayed the course. And I was letting them know that, hey, we've been here before. We got this. Just stay the course and take aim.
Any added pressure that you guys are the reigning district champs?
No pressure. I feel like all the pressure is on the other teams because of course we have something to lose, but they're trying to get to where we're at. So I feel like if we keep playing to where we're at and just keep fighting, I think we'll be fine.
Well, congratulations on an incredible win. I knew it was going to be a good game. Congrats. We'll talk to you in the live stream portion because we're about to go off the air. Temple wins this one 44-34 over Harker Heights. You can catch us on Facebook or on our app or kcntv.com. In the live stream so I could do one more interview.
live stream portion of our show tonight. I'm your traffic cop, Curtis Quillen, alongside Matt Lively. We'll check in with Nikki Latarullo in just a second. A third of the state might be on a bye, but we're not.
No.
And our game of the week was a straight-up banger tonight.
And a district title was likely decided in the Bonkers District 12 6A between Temple and Harker Heights.
These are always the two most physical teams in the district.
And while it's normally their defenses that shine, this year they've been gaining yards and putting up points.
Former Temple Dunbar star and NFL Hall of Famer Mean Joe Green became the first Temple ISD athlete to have his jersey retired tonight before the game. Let's get to the football. First quarter, Dylan Plake for Harker Heights. Looking, fires over the middle to Terrence Carter, walks into the end zone. 7-0 Knights early on. Late first quarter. Remember the name. Rashawn Sanford gets the ball. He gets the first down and more before he's taken down near midfield. That ends the first quarter. Next play, Plake airs it out. Who is it? It's Carter on the tip drill, the one-handed catch. He bobbles the ball, but makes the catch. The Knights are up 14-zip. Next Heights possession, first play of the drive. Sanford, the handoff, he is gone 75 yards to the house. It is 21-0 Harker Heights, but Michael Harrison Pilot takes over from there. Michael Hextall here, on the receiving end. Then this time, Pilot back of the end zone. That is a catch on Sunday's. Devin Williams makes it. They go for two. It's 21-8. Harker Heights leading still. Right before half, Pilot will call his own number, and it's in there for a touchdown. 21-15 at the half. We have a thriller in T-Town. 44-34 Temple winners.
Big time win.
Nikki Latarullo has been there since the opening kick, and she's joined by a guy we might hear a little more from later tonight.
Hey guys, these are our Week 6 Game of the Week champs. They beat Harker Heights 44-34. They were down 21-0, came back to win the game. What does this say about your team? Second year in a row, come back to beat Harker Heights.
It's like deja vu. I mean, we've seen it coming. We've been here before, like Coach Stewart said. I mean, they didn't know what hit them that second half. So, I mean, they got a real dose of Temple football. That's all I gotta say.
Yes, sir.
Samari, what did your coach say to you guys in the locker room at the half?
We got to come out with our heads on fire. Offense, we handled our business, but defense, they definitely came in clutch. I mean, Torian York looking like a running back. He really a linebacker, but he a running back at the same time. But yeah.
Yeah, the defense forced 3 turnovers in the last 4 possessions of the game for Harker Heights. What was going through your head when you turned around and ran that ball into the end zone?
I was thinking, first of all, don't fumble. Second of all, just big-time players make big-time plays. I just felt like I was in the right position at the right time. I was waiting on the big play to happen. It just ended up being one of the biggest plays of the games.
Right place, right time. That's an interview, right, Greg Willie? Right? Yeah.
And Coach said you guys find a way to make it happen, not just in football, but just in general. What does this say about the heart your team has?
I just feel like we're a very resilient team, man. We got a lot of stuff going on outside of football. I feel like we all come here to decompress and just fight as one. We're just a big family, and we got each other's back no matter what.
And what do you have to do to carry this into next week?
We just got to study our mistakes. We had a lot of mistakes tonight on both sides of the ball, even special teams. So if we got to get right tomorrow, then just attack Monday. We have a short week, game on Thursday against Ellison, so it's even shorter week. We have minimal chance of error. Just got to get right on Monday and attack.
Well, congratulations, guys. Our Week 6 Game of the Week champs, the Temple Wildcats, they beat Harker Heights 44-34. They are the reigning district champs, so maybe a repeat? What do you guys think?
Repeat. I think they like the sound of that.
We'll come back out and talk more about this game. Yeah, they like the sound of repeat.
Temple, big time win. But playing Harker Heights would hurt me. It would physically hurt me.
Yeah, for real.
Let's move on. Let's talk about one team flying completely under the radar this season, and that is, let's go to private school 6-man football, the Vanguard Vikings.
Off the radar, a perfect 5-0, the Vikings could head into next week's showdown with Live Oak undefeated against an unbeaten Falcons squad. First, they'd have to get past Rockwall Heritage Christian. Vikings take the opening drive, and they would quickly get to the end zone with this pitch to DJ Broadway. Takes it down Broadway himself, reverses the field, runs in for the first score of the game. No one around him. I'll see that show. But HCA quarterback Huston Rowe is hit immediately after the snap. by Kyle Fitzke, forcing a fumble. That's recovered by David Weich. And then Vikings QB Walker now runs a play action to perfection, fools the HCA defense and our photographer, and then completes the pass to Marlo Welch for the second score, 16-0 Vikings in the first quarter. What a roll, 55-zip.
Wow. Parkview looking to bounce back tonight during district play, hosting 3-1 Hazlitt Heritage Christian. A lot of Heritage Christians in the area tonight. Opening drive for the Lions. Ball pitched to Dylan Hester, and much like Devin Hester, he scores on a long touchdown run. Yeah, that was a score. And then Pacer QB Aiden Orweiler throwing to Ace Vernon. He's hit hard by the Lions' Matthew Reed. Bounces off of it for a nice game, but the Lions get the ball back. Here's Dylan Hester again, throwing to Rainer Gathigan. Nearly makes it in for the score. Then next would be Hester with a nifty little twist on the football. Connects with Connor Fitz for the second score of the game. 13-0 Heritage in the first quarter. 51-0 Hazlitt Heritage all over Parkview tonight. Okay, we have it. District 11, the 67th Battle of the Bell tonight between Cameron Yo and Rockdale. First, Rockdale's Tristan Galvan running across the field. That's a monster game. Sets up a field goal. Tigers up 3-0 early. Next, Ryan Munoz dodges the opposing team. That is a Cameron Yo touchdown, and the Yeomen are in business here. Yo driving again. Going for it all. Tip drill picked off, and Rockdale is in business. Nice little return across the 20, out across the 30. He's going toward midfield, and he's pushed out of bounds around the 40-yard line. Then, Yo going for it all again. He's going for it. A home run ball, and ladies and gentlemen, that is another Cameron Yo touchdown. Your final score from Yo Field. The Bell going back to Cameron. The Yeomen get their second win of the year, 60-23.
Massive win. Back to 11-man for a second. Riesel visits top-ranked Franklin in district play tonight. Riesel scored first, and then Franklin dominated the rest of the game. From 46 yards out, Bryson Washington takes the pitch, and he's gone. Mr. Washington with the presidential escort to the end zone. Tie ball game. Same quarter, Marcus Wade gives it to Parker Boyette, and this is why Franklin is so dangerous. Boyette, like Chef Boyardee, rolling all the way into the end zone. Don't even look at him go. Lions are loaded offensively, and they were just getting started in this one. We've seen 2 touchdowns coming left. How about one going right? Devin Hildrago takes the reverse, and the sophomore has speed for days. Trots in, maybe a little too close for comfort, but it puts the Lions up 21 in the blink of an eye. Second quarter now, Bobby Washington again earned himself the nickname Bulldozer. You ain't stopping him from that close. Make it 28-13. Good guys. So we've seen the ground game. How about the aerial assault from this Lion squad? Marcus Wade rolls out, finds Braden Smith, and the big tight end gets loose. He blows past the defense. Big man wheels. That's my favorite play. Big man wheels. And this one's getting ugly. How's one more score for good measure? Just so you get your money's worth with this highlight. Malcolm Murphy is the receiver. 24 does the rest. Special talent. Franklin led by 4 scores at the half. This got out of hand quickly for Riesel. Let's see a final. Franklin stays undefeated, 75-13.
Oh, that hurts. How about 2A? Rosebud Lott visiting Hearn in a massive district game tonight in District 12, 2A Division 1. First quarter action. Keyshawn Langham, the quarterback for Hearn. Moses Fox steps in front of the pass. He's going the other way. That's a Rosebud Lott interception, but no points would come from the turnover. You're going to hear that a lot in this highlight read. Same quarter, Rosebud Lott on the move. Here's Zane Ziner going for it all. Looking deep, Keyshawn Langham. Yes, the Hearn quarterback picks off the Rosebud Lott quarterback. He returns it into the red zone, but again, the Eagles couldn't score on the drive. Let's move on. Cougars on the move again. Ziner again going to the air. Jeremiah Garrod says, not today, my friend. That is a pick, but Matthew, what happened?
I'm going to assume they're not going to score.
Yeah, no points for the home team in this one. Guys, there were 4 turnovers in the first half, 0 points. And then there were only points, no defense in the second half. 70?
That can't be right.
To 69.
What were they doing? Just giving each other scores back and forth at the end of this thing? 70-69?
Apparently neither defense could come up with a stop if the stop was water and they were a faucet. because that is ridiculous.
In other basketball news, oh my God.
You thought this was a football show.
No, not tonight.
Each week we honor one outstanding performance with our Gridiron Player of the Week award. This week's went to a running back we just saw a lot from tonight.
Yes, we did. That's right. With a couple colleges all over him, this Bell County running back is playing for the love of the game and soon to be his country.
When he's that great. Because he's had the same mentality. I mean, I watched him play as an 8th grader, and I'm like, whoa, he runs the ball hard.
That's when Temple Wildcats head coach Scott Stewart knew that senior running back Samari Howard was going to be a next-level guy. He was accurate. Before breaking out against Bryan High School on Friday night, Samari verbally committed to play football at Air Force Academy.
It was crazy. It was a hard decision, but the whole coaching staff, they were very supportive, and I just think, like, with that decision, like, it was the best decision for me at that point.
Samari still has interests from Army and Navy, but went with Air Force for the time being. Just a day after choosing, he went for 169 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground. Despite being squared away at the next level, he says he's still focused on the now.
Really, I wasn't really worried about it. I was just trying to get the win, start district off hot. We're definitely trying to get to that state level, but I'm not really worried about college right now. I'm worried about this high school experience right now.
It's that mentality that Stewart says makes him so special.
He's the one that'll go put his arm around a sophomore that maybe didn't play as much and say, hey, man, I was there. He just checks all the boxes, and you want somebody like that defending this country. I think he's a D1 guy all day long, every day.
For the younger guys behind him who strive to go D1 as well, he's setting the tone.
I look up to him a whole lot because his work ethic, he makes me work harder, and he just makes it fun too. I enjoy to be around him. He's a good teammate, and I just like to be around him.
He'll be on the field at Air Force one day, but for now, Samari Howard is still picking up his Wildcats. Awesome guy. And he's going to do big things, serving our country in the future, too. So all around, I mean, not only did he have the stats, but the fact that he committed there and then goes out and balls out, that's why he was our Gridiron Player of the Week.
You come to us for bold predictions, and I have one. Samari Howard will win Mountain West Conference Offensive Player of the Year.
It's not that bold.
At Air Force.
I don't think that's that bold. I think that is a pretty legitimate thing.
I'm right there with you. All right, now it's time for one of my favorite segments of the show, but we're going to take a pivot on tonight's Coach Talk segment. We are joined now on the phone on the FNL hotline by a special guest. Do you read me, Mr. Canizales?
I read you, my brother.
Yes! I know Matt is hyped about this. First off,
dude, let me tell you something. I'm so excited right now to be on the best high school football sports show on Friday night. Curtis Quillin, you've been doing amazing. I wish I had a chance to work with Matt. You're absolutely awesome. And Nick Ulat, I love you. He has been rocking it out live. What an amazing game by Temple coming back from 21 points down. Wow.
Nick, we're getting some feedback. I don't know if you have our show on your end, but I can't believe I'm saying this. If you can turn it off.
Actually, I do not. Everything is muted on my end.
It's better now.
Nothing.
It is better now. First off, my man.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's much better. My man, it's been almost a year since you had the shoes that I'm now stuck wearing. How's the high school football in Beaumont compared to the 8 years you spent here in Central Texas?
High school football in Southeast Texas is always crazy. Obviously, you have your powerhouses, West Store and Stark. You have Newton. Right now, Nederland is state ranked. They had Mid-County Madness last Friday with my old alma mater, Fort Angeles Groves. But I'll tell you what, Central Texas, there's nothing like it. And you know that at least one or two teams from Central Texas will not only make it to the state championship game, but will win a state championship. That's what separates Central Texas from Southeast Texas. Just the talent alone is incredible.
Nick, I want to know, first off, every time I go out to a practice, somebody asks about you, and I'm like, I don't know the guy. I want to know the guy, but I haven't met you yet, which is nuts to me because all I hear about is Nick, and I love it. I want to know this. I'm still getting to learn all these new teams that are new to me, obviously not new to anybody else. Who was one of your favorites to cover in all your years here?
Well, Mart was always really good. Rusty Nell, first started there. And then Coach Hoffman, followed suit. And they are just the biggest powerhouse I've ever seen from a small school. It is like everybody, you have your, two great players, but everybody's so good and they do their job so well. Cameron Yo, another school, which I saw tonight, they just crushed Rockdale in the Battle of the Bell. Cameron Yo has just always been so good. Rick Rhodes, and now he's back again for his second tour of duty. They have been absolutely awesome. Those two schools, obviously La Vega, I can't leave them out. La Vega's won state championships. They've been a powerhouse. I think those three, along with Midway, because I've lived out in Midway. My stepdaughter goes to Midway. But I think those schools right there are, some of the elite of the elite. And it's been amazing. I just saw Scott Stewart shave his goatee.
Yeah.
He looks very weird, clean shaven.
It lived for 6 years, Nick.
I saw Nikki.
Nick, hello?
Nikki
Nick, do you read me?
Oh, my God, Nikki Ladd, how are you? You're doing a fantastic job out there.
Nick, I said I have to get in on this. Nick needs to hear me. Did you see Temple, the reigning district champs, beat Harker Heights 44-34? What are your thoughts on that? Same as last year, they came back from 21-0 to win the game.
Well, I was about to say, coming down 21-0, obviously it's so hard to, you dig yourself in a hole, and then you got to dig yourself out of a hole. So, of course, Scott Stewart and his whole team and his coordinators did a fantastic job of getting this team refocused. When you're down 21, it's how bad you want it. You got to reach deep inside and just kind of give it everything you got, and it's got to be one score at a time. You can't get it all at once. But again, a fantastic job by Temple coming from behind and then winning a really good game. And this is only going to benefit them when it comes playoff time, because now they got the experience of being down big, and they know that they can come from behind and win a game like this. And I know those guys were hyped, especially I watched your post game just a while ago. What a tremendous win, because Harker Heights, they were out to 4-0 for the first time in history, and Gary Edwards has done a great job this year with the Knights. So that's a big win, especially by Temple. Huge win, huge district win.
Nick, I know you've made that.
Huge.
I know you've made that 4.5-hour drive, because you've sent me the picture of it when you came up for that Harker Heights home opener, an hour north of campus at Midway against Round Rock McNeil. What is the team from a distance? Because you text me you text Nikki and I still about some of these schools, and you text Jessica and I about some of these schools. From a distance, which Central Texas school has impressed you most through 6 weeks?
Harker Heights was, coming out to, a lot of expectations, especially for Jerry Everett's team. But Heights in general, winning, going 4-0, and now, with their tough loss tonight, they could have been 5-0. So they have been very impressive. What I'm very impressed with is Cameron Yo. They have been piling up the points like crazy. They put up, 70 last week, and then, I think 63 tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, against Caldwell and Rockdale.
It is just they have picked up where they left off. I mean, it's one of those. And I saw, Troy had a Loreno won tonight against Troy, which is kind of weird not seeing Zach Krabashik there, because it felt like he was there for 8 years.
Nick, did you actually leave the area? You're rolling off not only teams, but final scores. I mean, I actually don't believe you don't live here anymore.
Well, listen, I watch you guys every Friday night.
He knows more than I do.
You guys do a fantastic job. I watch Nikki live all the time in her post game. I love it. And then you and Curtis and Matt, you guys have such great chemistry. It is incredible.
Well, man, we learned from you. We learned from the best.
We miss you, though.
I miss you guys too.
And I gotta admit, it is weird pulling up to McLean Stadium and not having you parking across the street, volunteering. And somehow I wound up switching places with you, because now I'm the one parking across the street from the stadium, and Nikki gets to park right outside the media entrance at Baylor games.
Listen, that walk is brutal, especially with all that equipment. And and I've been fortunate enough to watch Baylor on ESPN Plus, and every single week. And Gary Bohannon has been doing a fantastic job. That offense is rocking and rolling. The defense is playing very well. Obviously, they got a tough game tomorrow in Stillwater. I think it's the fourth time that Oklahoma State and Baylor have been ranked, and they're playing. Obviously, you know how tough it is to win in Stillwater. We saw, you know, where Baylor was rocking and rolling many years ago with Bryce Petty and the field turf, the turf monster that ate them up. And, but I tell you what, this will be a massive win if Baylor can go on the road and defeat a very talented Oklahoma State team. That would be a huge win, even bigger than last week against Iowa State.
Well, Nick, it was really, really kind of you to join us on our little internet show here. We really appreciate it. My friend, we got to catch up soon. Let us know when you're in town. And glad you're doing well. And I'm sure the teams are flattered that you moved 4.5 hours away, but somehow you know their box scores better than us.
Hey, listen, I am honored that you guys have let me in on your show for a little bit. Curtis, Nikki, and Matt, love you guys. Keep up the great work, man. And I'm super proud of you guys.
Love you, brother.
Love you.
There he goes, Nick Canizales, former sports director, who's my boss here for 4.5 years, and a guy who, man, lifelong friend of mine. I think I can speak safely for Nicky when I say that, and somebody who has reached out to you even, and he was long gone before you walked in our doors.
I only have one bad thing to say about Nick Canizales, and it's that he's left a heaping trash of New York Yankees merchandise in our newsroom, which I have to look at every day, but I can't wait to actually meet the guy.
He's awesome. All right, let's move on with Friday Night Lights. Other area scores tonight. Mahia falls to Fairfield 23-16. Rogers takes down Clifton. Clifton, a very strange 0-6, 41-28 punt.
Yeah, not usual. Crawford getting the win over Tolar 19-7, and the Valley Mills Eagles just coming up short against Hamilton 33-28.
Bruce Belletti falls at Thrall 55-7. And how about Thorndale taking down Holland 35-10? That puts the Bulldogs in the driver's seat in 12-2 AD1.
Milano getting a 33-16 win over Bartlett, and Abbott 46-zip over Bluff.
Wow, what a win for the Panthers. 70-26. Jonesboro all over Turkey Valley last night. And then 56-20 CTCS winners over St. Dominic Savio.
Bishop Riker, another loss to Dallas Covenant, 31-8. And then canceled was the Eagle Christian game.
Live Oak takes down Oglesby last night, 54-8. That sets up 6-0 Vanguard and 6-0 Live Oak next week. Holy Trinity all over Round Rock Christian, 80-52.
Another basketball score.
Love six-man football for that. Let's bring Nicky Latarullo back into the fold real quick. Talk big picture real fast to end this because somebody's got to get on the road to Stillwater. Okay, most impressive result of the night. I'm going with Thorndale over Holland.
Nikki?
I'm going with Cameron Yo over Rockdale. Not that I thought that Rockdale was that good. I just didn't know Cameron Yo had that many points in them. So I'm very impressed. They win the Battle of the Bell. And I'm not going to sleep on them because they looked pretty good tonight.
None of you said Temple. 21-point comeback. They win by 10.
Yeah, but man, somebody cuts the brakes on that game every single year.
Crazy.
Every single year. Thoughts? I mean, did we kick dirt on Cameron Yo, Nikki? Like you mentioned them. Did we kick dirt on them too early in the season?
No, I don't think we did, but they played really good opponents. Like they played Franklin, 2 weeks ago? So that was just a team that's probably going to win state this year. And then they have a new head coach that came in and has these high expectations around him. They were young last year. I'm not sleeping on them yet. They didn't look bad all season. They just weren't winning.
Okay, in one sentence, what we're looking for from Baylor tomorrow, consistency. Baylor's only won twice in Stillwater in the past 75 years. It's a kind of a house of horrors for the Bears. I want to see consistency for this team. Nikki?
Me? I want to see them continue their run game and then also come out strong in the second half because they've looked like they've died down a little bit in the second half. They need to play all 4 quarters if they want to get a win tomorrow.
Keep it close. Don't get blown out, which I don't think they will. 3.5-point spread, but just they're playing so well. Keep it tight tomorrow.
Oklahoma State has scored 0 second-half points in the past 2 weeks.
Mike Gundy offense, unheard of now.
And if you take the Tulsa game out of the equation, they've scored 3 second-half points all season, and they were against Missouri State. All right, Nikki, be careful going to Stillwater tomorrow, and we appreciate your work at Temple Harker Heights. That is all our time for now. Thank you for spending part of your week with us. For Nicky Latarullo, Matt Lively, and all of us working the late shift here at 6 News, I'm Curtis Quillen. We'll see you next week under the lights.